よいしょほほい
取り込み中だ。かけ直せ。
Guys, in today's video, you'll meet the first god of destruction of Universe 7, Beerus' first master. However, Goku will challenge him to a fight. What will be the result? You'll find out now, but first, leave your like, and also if you're new here on the channel, subscribe. Have you done that? So let's get started. On Supreme Kai's planet, an intense energy vibrated in the universe, causing a disturbance in the senses of a being far away, but attentive to everything that was happening. Supreme Kai, sitting on his celestial throne, felt this disturbance, and his normally calm expression gave way to growing concern. He knew what that energy meant. Wasting no time, he closed his eyes, concentrating on sending a telepathic message to someone who might be able to deal with the imminent danger. Supreme Kai thought, I need to warn Beerus immediately. In a remote corner of the universe on Beerus' planet, the god of destruction rested, surrounded by absolute silence that only he was interrupted by. Suddenly, Beerus' eyes snapped open as he felt the telepathic intrusion. Supreme Kai spoke. "Beerus, you need to listen to me. A threat is coming towards Earth." Beerus said, "Who dares disturb me while I rest? This better be important." Supreme Kai spoke. "It's Anubis. He's on his way to Earth. You know what that means." Beerus immediately stood up, his body shaking with anger and apprehension. His first reaction was fury, but Anubis' name caused that anger to be mixed with a shadow of fear he rarely displayed. Beerus spoke. "Anubis, why is he coming here? He never gets involved in other people's affairs, especially those on Earth." Supreme Kaio spoke. "I don't know his reasons, but his arrival can't be for anything good. We need to be prepared. His presence in your universe could unbalance everything. This could lead to the destruction of not only Earth, but the entire universe if he loses control." Beerus, now clearly disturbed, tried to understand the gravity of the situation. He took a deep breath, trying to maintain his composure, but he knew that time was short. Beerus spoke. "I understand. I'll take care of this. Don't allow anyone else to interfere. Anubis' presence here is already complicated enough." Supreme Kaio replied, "Leave everything to me. Good luck, Beerus." Disconnecting from the telepathic conversation, Beerus closed his eyes for a moment, trying to process what he had just heard. When he opened them again, he noticed Goku standing nearby, watching him curiously. Goku asked, "Beerus, what happened? You look worried." Beerus said, "Goku, something serious is happening. Someone is coming to Earth, and it's not just anyone, it's Anubis, the first god of destruction of the 7th universe and my former master." Goku said, "Anubis? I've never heard of him. Is he strong?" Beerus said, "Strong? That word doesn't do Anubis' power justice. He was the one who trained me. He shaped me into what I am today. His strength is unmatched, but what makes him truly dangerous is his personality. He's extremely unpredictable, and his temper is what made him give up the title of God of Destruction and pass it on to me." Goku smiled, his eyes shining with the excitement of an impending challenge. Goku said, "That sounds exciting! I want to fight him!" Beerus said, "You don't understand, Goku. Anubis isn't like me. He can get angry or bored in an instant, and if he loses control, well, let's just say there's nothing we can do. He'd destroy everything in the blink of an eye." Goku asked, "And what does he look like? I mean, does he look like you, a cat?" Beerus replied, "Anubis has a bird-like head, but he wears clothes similar to mine, which can fool the unwary. His gaze is piercing, and just by looking at him, you know not to underestimate him. His power emanates from every movement, from every word, and his presence is overwhelming." Goku, still excited by the prospect of a battle, could not fully understand the seriousness of what Beerus was saying. He was focused only on the idea of facing such a formidable opponent. Goku spoke, "I am ready, Beerus. Let's welcome him and see what he is capable of." Beerus snorted, irritated by Goku's stubbornness. Beerus spoke, "You never learn, do you? If Anubis is in a bad mood, neither you nor I, nor this planet will be safe. He is the type of being who does not care about his surroundings. If he decides that something must be destroyed, he will do it without hesitation." While Beerus was still trying to convince Goku of the seriousness of the situation, a vortex of energy began to form in the sky above the planet. It was a portal, and from it an imposing figure began to emerge. The atmosphere around it changed drastically, becoming dense and oppressive. Even the air seemed heavy, charged with an ancient and powerful energy. Beerus spoke, "That's him! Anubis is here on my planet." A tall figure appeared from the portal, wearing clothes similar to Beerus's, but with ancient details reflecting his origin and status. He floated lightly. His head was that of a bird, with piercing eyes that seemed to see into the soul of whoever looked at him. His body was slender, but emanated an aura of devastating power. Anubis looked around with disdain, his eyes hovering over Beerus and Goku. He finally smiled, a smile that expressed not joy, but something more sinister. Anubis spoke. Beerus, it's been a long time. I see that you are doing well in your role as God of Destruction. And who is this human with you? He seems anxious. Beerus spoke. Anubis, why are you here? I thought you had abandoned Universe 7 forever. Anubis replied, I heard rumors, Beerus. I was told about the mortal warrior who faced off against many warriors in the Tournament of Power and emerged victorious. I was curious to see it for myself, but I must say I'm a little disappointed. Is this mortal who I expected to meet? He doesn't look like much. Undeterred, Goku stepped forward, stretching out his arm to greet the first god of destruction, but was ignored. Goku spoke. I am Goku, and I am not as weak as I seem. If you want to see what I am capable of, I am ready. Anubis laughed, a laugh that echoed like distant thunder. His expression changed into something that could be interpreted as either enthusiasm or contempt. Anubis spoke. Very well, Goku, let us see if you are worthy of all this fuss. But remember, if I lose interest, your existence will be erased before you can blink. Beerus, watching the interaction, knew that this could end catastrophically. He had to keep Anubis in check, or at least prevent his anger or disinterest from resulting in total destruction. Beerus spoke. Anubis, remember that this is my universe now. If you cause trouble, I will not hesitate to stop you. Anubis spoke. Stop you? Oh Beerus, have you forgotten who I am? I taught you everything you know, but not everything I know. Do not challenge me unless you are ready to face the consequences. The tension in the air was palpable. Goku, eager to test his limits, assumed his fighting stance, while Anubis remained motionless, watching every move with his piercing eyes. Whis, who had remained silent until then, stepped forward, his expression serious. Whis spoke, Lord Anubis, please restrain yourself. If you are going to fight, do so without causing damage to the universe. We do not want another incident like that, do we? Anubis looked at Whis and laughed again, but this time more subdued. Anubis said, Very well, Whis. At least for now, I do not intend to destroy anything. Let us see if this Goku can entertain me. The battle was about to begin, and as Goku prepared himself, Beerus watched with growing concern. He knew that this fight could trigger something much bigger, something that could put not only Earth, but the entire universe at risk. Goku said, I'm ready, bring it on, Anubis! Anubis smiled again, and in the blink of an eye, Anubis disappeared from sight, moving at such an absurd speed that not even Goku could keep up. Before he could react, Anubis was already in front of him, with a powerful punch that Goku barely managed to block. The impact threw him back, but Goku smiled, feeling the overwhelming energy of his opponent. Goku said, You're fast, but I haven't shown you everything I can do yet. Goku then transformed into Super Saiyan Blue, the blue aura surrounding his body with an intense glow. Goku advanced with a series of quick blows, trying to measure Anubis' strength, but the former god of destruction dodged with frightening ease, as if he had predicted every move. Anubis said, Impressive, but you're just scratching the surface, Goku. If this is what you have, you'll bore me quickly. Goku knew he needed to increase his power even further, and began to concentrate energy to enter Ultra Instinct form. However, before he could finish, Anubis launched an energy sphere, which Goku barely managed to dodge. Beerus watched, growing increasingly worried as he saw Goku being pressured. Beerus thought, this is going badly, very badly. Anubis watched Goku with a mixture of curiosity and disdain. He didn't seem to be fighting with all his power, but he still managed to keep Goku in a defensive position. The fight between the two had only just begun, but the intensity was already enough to shake Beerus' planet. The smaller planets around them were already starting to crack, and the atmosphere was charged with energy. Goku said, You're incredible, Anubis. I can't believe someone with that much power exists. Anubis said, If you think this is impressive, Goku, you haven't seen anything yet. I'm just warming up, but I have to admit you're tougher than I expected. Let's see how far you can go. Goku, feeling the pressure increasing, knew he would have to give it his all. He began to concentrate his Kai, preparing to try to activate Ultra Instinct again. It was a technique he hadn't yet fully mastered, but he felt he had no choice. He needed to test his limits against an opponent like Anubis. Goku thought, if I can't use Ultra Instinct, I have no chance of winning. I need to focus. I need to be faster, stronger. Beerus, who had been watching the fight closely, realized what Goku was trying to do. He knew that if Goku failed to achieve Ultra Instinct, it could be fatal. Anubis was not one to forgive weaknesses, and a failure on this level could mean the end for Goku, and perhaps even Beerus himself. Beerus said, "Goku, be careful. Don't underestimate Anubis. He won't give you a second chance like I did in the past. Don't make a mistake this time." Goku, sweating as he struggled to control his power, simply nodded, keeping his focus on the battle. Anubis, noticing Goku's effort, laughed coldly and disdainfully. Anubis said, "You're trying to reach that state. Ultra Instinct, aren't you? Interesting. I've heard of it, but I never thought I'd see a mortal using it. Well, let's see if you can really control it like the angels do." With a swift movement, Anubis extended his hand, creating a sphere of destructive energy that grew in size and power by the second. The sphere seemed to pulse with destructive energy, and even Beerus, who was a good distance away, felt a chill run down his spine. Beerus thought, if Anubis releases this sphere, it won't just be Goku who will be in danger, the entire planet could be destroyed. Goku, sensing the imminent threat, finally released his power. In an instant, his aura changed, turning silver. His movements became smooth, almost as if he were floating in the air. He had achieved Ultra Instinct, and his eyes now glowed with a silver light. Goku spoke, "I did it. Now let's see if this is enough to fight you, Anubis." Anubis watched Goku's transformation with renewed interest. He launched the energy sphere toward Goku, who now in his Ultra Instinct state, dodged it with an ease that seemed almost carefree. The sphere passed him, traveling to the horizon and exploding on a smaller planet that made Beerus' planet tremble. Anubis spoke, "Well done, Goku. You've managed to surprise me. Let's see how far you can take this." Goku, now in Ultra Instinct, advanced with a speed and precision he had never achieved before. Every blow, every movement seemed to flow naturally, without hesitation or error. He attacked Anubis with a series of punches and kicks that the former god of destruction could barely keep up with. Anubis, for the first time, felt the pressure. He blocked some of the attacks, but others hit him hard, causing him to retreat. His smile disappeared, replaced by a serious expression. Anubis thought, this mortal, he actually managed to achieve Ultra Instinct. Interesting, very interesting. Maybe it's time for me to stop holding back too. Beerus, watching the fight, was surprised to see that Goku was managing to pressure Anubis, but he knew that this would not last forever. Anubis was an experienced and powerful fighter, and Beerus felt that he was just beginning to show what he was capable of. Whis, who had been silent until then, decided to intervene. Whis spoke up. "Mr. Beerus, perhaps it would be best to intervene before the situation gets out of hand. Anubis is starting to take this fight seriously, and that could end very badly." Beerus spoke up. "I know, Whis. But if I intervene now, I might provoke Anubis even more. He is not someone who likes interruptions. Let's wait a little longer. If the situation becomes critical, I will act." Meanwhile, Anubis began to release more of his power. His aura grew in intensity, and his speed increased dramatically. He began attacking Goku with a series of blows that were now much faster and more powerful. Even in Ultra Instinct, Goku began to have difficulty keeping up with him. Anubis spoke. "You are good, Goku, but you are far from defeating me. Ultra Instinct is powerful, but you have not yet mastered it completely, and that will be your downfall." Goku, sweating and breathing heavily, felt his strength beginning to wane. He knew he could not maintain Ultra Instinct for much longer. Every second counted, and he needed to find a way to turn the tide before it was too late. Goku thought, "I can't give up now. I have to fight until the end." Anubis, sensing Goku's exhaustion, decided to deliver the final blow. He created another energy sphere, this time much larger and more powerful than the last. The sphere pulsed with such destructive energy that even the space around it seemed distorted. Anubis said, "This is the end, Goku. If you cannot stop this, you will be erased from all existence, along with this planet." Goku, exhausted, knew he could not dodge it this time. He had to find a way to counter the attack, or it would be the end of everything. In a last-ditch effort, he began to concentrate all the remaining energy in his body, preparing for a final attack. Goku thought, "I have to give it my all. I can't lose." But before he could act, something unexpected happened. A hand landed gently on Anubis' shoulder, stopping his attack. Anubis froze in surprise and turned to see who dared to touch him. It was Beerus. Beerus said, "Enough, Anubis, this has gone too far." Anubis, still holding the energy sphere, glared at Beerus with narrowed eyes. Anubis said, "You dare interrupt me, Beerus? Think carefully about what you're doing. I'm still your superior." Beerus with a serious expression didn't back down. Beerus said, "I know that, but this is my universe now, Anubis. And I'm the god of destruction here. I can't allow you to destroy everything on a whim." Anubis, staring at Beerus for a long moment, finally laughed. He dissipated the energy sphere, making it disappear into the clouds of Beerus' planet. Anubis said, "Very well, Beerus, I admit you're right, I went too far. But remember one thing, I'm still above you, and if I ever decide to take back what's mine, you'll have no choice but to submit." Goku, falling to his knees, exhausted and almost without strength, sighed in relief. He knew he was at his limit, but the fact that Beerus had intervened gave him a new breath of hope. Goku said, "Thank you, Beerus. I don't know if I could have done it." Beerus said, "Don't thank me yet, Goku. Anubis didn't give up. He just backed down for now. You did well, but you need to be even stronger if you want to face enemies like him in the future." Anubis, now with a calmer expression, approached Goku. Anubis said, "You're different, Goku. I never thought I would meet a mortal with such potential. Maybe in the future we can fight again, but for now I will let you live." Goku, still tired, stood up with difficulty and bowed, a gesture of respect to the former god of destruction. Goku said, "I will train even harder, Anubis. Next time, I will be stronger, and I will be ready for anything." Anubis looked at Beerus with a mixture of nostalgia and respect. His eyes, previously cold, now reflected a slight admiration. Anubis said, "Beerus, you have grown more than I expected. I see that I chose well in passing the title of God of Destruction to you. Take good care of this universe, and remember, my patience has limits." Beerus replied, "I don't need you to remind me, Anubis. I know my responsibilities. But know that if you ever need me, I will be ready." Anubis smiled, an enigmatic smile that seemed to carry centuries of wisdom and power. Anubis spoke, "I'll see you soon, Beerus. Continue to honor the legacy I left behind for you, my student and my best friend." With an elegant gesture, Anubis opened a purple portal behind him. He gave Goku and Beerus one last look before disappearing, leaving the planet in a deep, reverent silence. Guys, finishing our story today, did you like it? Do you want to see more of the first god of destruction here on the channel? Comment, who knows, I might bring a continuation of the story of Anubis. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Bye.